Hello, and thanks for
Hello,
321, and I'm here with Chris
and
this time. And this time we're
I'm
ranting, and this might be a few hopefuls in here about the Call of Duty franchise.
okay. Basically, I'm not playing, which is I'm just going to be talking because my Call of Duty has fucked up.
Call of
So
Duty point number one. It craps up a
yes.
lot.
Okay,
On PC,
so
anyway.
in this video, Jeremy will be doing some gameplay, painful gameplay. You can look away, frankly. It might be best for you just to look away from it. Um, knowing to his general kind of skill of Call of Duty. What we're going to be talking about today is like generally the Call of Duty franchise and a couple other things to do with that thing. Because like you've got the whole debate over whether Battlefield 3 is a much better game or
Okay, I'm back
things like
again.
that. And you're back again. Okay. So would you like to start us off?
And where have you got to? I heard you talking about Battlefield.
The greatness of working with Jeremy as a partner, everybody. Okay. So like I've just kind of said stuff. So
Well, what I like
what?
about the COD franchise is I like the maps. Because I can't stand Battlefield maps because I hate big maps.
Well, like okay, if you've got a big map, then it highly depends on what kind of gameplay you want to play. A lot of Call of Duty gameplay is get a submachine gun and run around like a noob and just
I
fire
like
yourself.
being able to find people easily though.
Okay.
But I
What
think
what games like Sniper Elite? I'm not a big fan of the multiplayer generally because it gets boring. Frankly, you can't find anyone and everyone is just camping
no,
somewhere. Snipe.
I don't think there should be all sniping games. I do not like all sniping games.
Well,
You need
I
other
don't.
guns.
I do.
Ah,
I like the premise of it. I like
Felt.
the fact that I enjoy doing that kind of thing. It's just with Sniper Elite, for example,
an idea, but it failed a
it gets
bit, I think.
repetitive. It gets a bit too repetitive. Although I do like a lot of the features on it, like
I do like the
that
camp and the
kind of
bullet time. The bullet time is very good.
I understand it must have taken a while, and it's a very well made game. It's just it falls short of other games generally.
And well, why are we ranting about that now? I want
Because
to change.
all right, this is we've got short attention.
Okay, so basically, I like the maps, but not much is changing. My real issue with the COD franchise at the moment is the graphics. The graphics are not going anywhere. They're using the same game engine every time. They're not getting better, in my opinion.
Well, on the plus side, if I compare, okay, where I think it's going worse than it used to be is largely just the general kind of game. I mean, if like much prefer the single players on the old Call of Duty games, like COD 5, really good single player and good multiplayer.
Yeah, they're not spending as much time on their single players anymore because people are buying it for the multiplayer.
COD 8, the single player, it drags on a little while. It's not as kind of
COD 8's Black Ops,
you
right?
could it's no yeah no
Yeah,
COD 8
my limited
COD 8 is Modern Warfare 3, Jeremy.
Oh,
It's
is
the
it?
one
Oh,
we're playing
I
right
didn't.
now.
I didn't actually play it. I played the first few minutes and I got so incredibly bored.
It's far harder to follow the storyline of COD 8 than of COD 5, for example, which is just amazing generally.
I am a multiplayer person. I buy games for multiplayer, not for the single player.
Yeah, which is where it makes us a bit different, but that could lead to some interesting.
What I do like about the COD franchise is the zombies. I love zombies.
Yeah,
I can play for hours
don't
on end of zombies.
I find it quite good how they've managed to make something that's really repetitive. Just it doesn't really get old for much.
No, it will. And zombies is basically the only reason why I will be buying Black Ops 2. I'm looking forward quite a bit to the Newtown map, zombies map. That sounds pretty good. It's gonna be very interesting. Nothing blow up.
Jeremy, how's the gameplay going? I have forgotten to ask.
I'm on 3 for 16.
Nice. Nice, babe.
Oh, I
Okay,
killed him.
so compared to Battlefield 3, me and Jeremy have both played Battlefield 3, and
I can't stand Battlefield 3.
varying degrees of just generally hating it. Like, okay, it's a good game. Like,
I don't mind it on console. Can't stand it on PC though.
the single player, we can look past that. No one buys
there's
Battlefield.
too many cutscenes. Oh, goddamn campers.
Yeah, about 90% of the Battlefield.
I think it's
Single
Resident
player
Evil
is a
6. Resident Evil 6. There's 4 hours worth of cutscenes.
Resident Evil's a good game though.
Yeah, it's got good gameplay.
Okay.
But I still think
What-
that's too much cutscene.
On the multiplayer though, the gameplay, it's not as kind of smooth as that is on COD.
I'm on
It's
4
kind
for
of
20 now.
really, it's really fiddly for me. Although that's probably generally because I'm using a laptop instead of a desktop. I've not really tried playing Battlefield on a desktop before, but
Oh, I'm dead again.
I found like getting into it. There are a lot of overpowered guns that you can't access for quite a long time, and it's really hard to get a lot of kills when you don't have a high level or anything on Battlefield.
Oh yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about. I think in COD now they're starting to cater towards the noobs like me a bit too much. I don't play a game for it to be easy. I play a game to have fun.
Okay, yeah, with Call of Duty now, they've released guns on this current game that basically you like at level 14 you've got a game that you're going to be using at level 80.
Like the FMG akimbo, it's too easy.
It's
You just walk around spraying and you will win.
I largely don't like the FMG 9 akimbo because I can't use it because I use the
What happened to
trackpad.
him? Oh, he got killed.
How much time is there left on your game?
About 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's a long
so-
match. So
like-
nope, it's ended.
Okay,
Well, I
what
guess
did you...
that's it for this rant. Let's see if there's any final finishing points. As I said, graphics aren't getting any better. Also, the physics in it is awful and terrible. Not that it needs that much in a first-person shooter, but it's still pretty bad.
Also-
I think that's about it.
Ooh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Host
that's in there.
zombies host connectivity. If some noob gets annoyed because they've lost, they will.
They leave and then the entire game is
Yes.
just fine.
And you've got to level wave 40 or whatever you get to, and that really annoying noob goes and dies, and then they leave the game and it's ended when you could have got to 60. It is so annoying. You just want to kill it. But they are fixing this in the next COD. So there will be host migration and 8-player zombies, which would be quite interesting. So any finishing words, Chris?
No,
I'm no longer
thank
in a
you.
gameplay.
Thank you for watching this. I doubt many of you will have watched this far, but still, it's nice, you know. I mean, we'll probably be doing a couple more of these because I enjoy it. I enjoy ripping the shit out of general.
I think the final score was 6-22.
And Jeremy didn't tell me about the Apple thing, which I would have loved to give my input on.
Okay, and goodbye, and see you at the next rant or whatever we do
Thank
next.
you for
Goodbye.
watching.